I solved my problem with my rough, dry hands. It is such an amazing discovery that I want to tell everybody about it. Begin with a tiny amount of petroleum jelly, followed by an 1/8 inch bead of Avon Moisture Therapy Intensive Healing and Repair, followed by, from Dollar Tree, Dermasil Dry Skin Treatment Original Lotion. With this combination, the moisture is locked in, my hands are baby soft, and I can immediately begin touching things after I apply the cream. You can mix up a batch. Start with a half jar of the Dermasil, followed by a 1/4 jar of the Moisture Therapy. This is really fun. It is kid fun, especially with a larger jar and squeezing out half a tube all at once. I cut up the tube to get the last little bit. Then add 1/4 jar of petroleum jelly. Then mix it all together. When you apply it, just apply a little bit. Just a fingertip amount is all you need. More isn't better. I use that amount a few times a day. I live in a mountainous desert. In the winter, the air is cold and dry. I have Scleroderma. I have Reynoud syndrome, which means when my hands get cold, the blood stops flowing to the ends of my fingers and I get the cracks in the corners. With this combination, I rarely get the cracks in the corners. If I do get the cracks in the corners, I use New Skin. For travel, I use a blunt end needle to get it into the tube. Kind of difficult to get in. I can now put my hands in hot water. I can take off my gloves outside temporarily in the winter. All of these things used to cause rough, dry hands. My hands are now soft. The blood is flowing much better. The joints in my hands have a red color, which means the blood is flowing. It has improved my rheumatism and my arthritis. I play the cello, and with this combination, the calluses have disappeared. I'll gladly give up the calluses for no cracks in the corners. It is painful to play the cello with cracks in the corners. You can make substitutions. I had other creams left over that I tried. Eucerin, Cetaphil, Nivea, and coconut oil cream from Dollar Tree. They work as substitutes for the Dermasil. Basically, you want something greasy, something thick, something thin. You can experiment. It is so fun to make up the batches that I filled many jars with the combination. This is how I figured it out. I gave up on hand cream. Nothing worked, and after I applied the cream, my hands were too goopy to touch anything. My dermatologist saw my rough, dry hands and prescribed Eucrisa. Eucrisa is generally used for eczema. I had eczema once. It turned out to be my allergy to fish and the iodine in salt. You can get Eucrisa for $10 from the Eucrisa website if you get a coupon and if you're eligible. People that are Medicare age, it costs $700. And with my insurance, I got one tube for $75. So I thought, what can I substitute for the Eucrisa? Eucrisa uses petroleum jelly as a base, and so I started with the petroleum jelly, added a little bit of this, added a little bit of that, and the result was amazing. If this works for you, I'd love to hear about your success stories in the comments below.